which I would be suggesting, which many of the site people may be following, that please have a uniform way of stacking things. Like whenever we have things in our home, we stack it properly, like books on this side, and then different things, we will stack it, dresses on this side, and some edible items on this side. All those things we will be having a proper planning, and then space. Same thing if we have it in the site also, there are higher chance that we will be able to use the fullest potential, because sometimes we may need a 1 meter rod. For that I have to cut the 40 feet rod, okay, or 11 meter rod, okay, so which means the 10 meter becomes unused. So unnecessary, these kinds of wastages can be minimized, which is actually helpful. Not only that, if you stack it properly, the possibility of getting the good rods are high. The same thing applies to shutters as well. Okay, please have a kind of plan for the site. Okay, why I'm teaching all these things or explaining these things to you, basically to teach your students, okay, to have a kind of organized way of doing things, which will help them to use less material. Please recall the 3 R's: reduce, reuse, recycle. All those things are possible if there is an organization in place. Third one, if you could see these particular tiles, they are not in proper shape and size. Many times I have seen in general housing, they will have a fantastic design on the tiles, okay, having at the center of the hall and other thing, okay, but unfortunately what happens, once they try to occupy that, the beautiful elegance of the tiles will not be explicitly visible, because they put a teapot on the top of that, or put a carpet on the top of that particular design. What's the point of having the tiles, spend so much on that? Rather, you can have something like this particular design, wherein the sizes and shapes are different, because we need to just use. Nobody is going to look at the tiles after 1 week or so. Many times we tend to, even if you purchase a car, we will spend a lot of time on the color, but after a while we will not be bothering on to identify the car. We will be using the color to identify the car, that's all. Otherwise we will not be using the color. Similarly, people are spending too much of importance, giving too much of attention towards the elegance of the tile, but beyond 1 month people will not even look at the tiles actually, except for cleaning. Okay, so by using these kinds of different shapes and sizes, it is possible. Some of the other things which are a very generic thing, discarded plywoods can be used for doors, shelves, and things. So what I'm saying is, for example, if this particular sites are happening in a closer to a village or something, the plywoods which are basically used, okay, can be given it to them. In case if they cannot afford a new door, they can use these kinds of plywoods as doors, and roofs as well. Okay, because nothing is there, at least this can be given, rather than dumping them somewhere else. Of course, with adequate permissions and legal things as well, because many times people should not think that they are just giving something which is which should be thrown as waste or being given. No, mindset should also change, that you don't have a door or a roof, have this, at least that will help you. That's the kind of mindset that the consumer should also have. And then try to organize the site. And in case if you have more amount of concrete, please have some kind of ready-made molds. Nowadays that silica based molds are available. Okay, it's a deformable, or I would say flexible silica molds are available. So in case of excess concrete, you need to have the particular paver block based or block based molds, flexible molds, wherein you can pour the excess concrete, and then the next day you can just demold it. That becomes a kind of paver blocks for the same site. Okay, right. Sometimes if you have some concrete which is hardened, don't worry, just crush it and then use it as fine aggregate and coarse aggregate in the future construction, where if you want to do some kind of concreting in a non-structural place, or a little bit of curbstones or a drain, there you can definitely use these things. Okay, right. Okay, now this is the slide that I wish to spend some time. Okay, so far we have seen what is sustainability, then we have discussed about the scale of problem, how much impact that construction industry is doing, and what are the waste that are generated, how much quantification of waste is generated, and how to curb the waste. Now, not only that, we have to go for implementation purposes. Whatever we have discussed so far is basically possible theoretically. But practically, when you want to make this one implementable at sites, what to be done? This is my own understanding about this thing. Definitely similar things will be there in Coimbatore, possibly. What is needed is we need to create some kind of green construction partners, some kind of consortium should be there. For what? To create database. What database? For example, there may be like 10 to 15 different construction companies, well-known companies. For each company, there should be a database of how much amount of waste are generated, at least within the company. In case if there is a consortium where two